Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and smash the like, because what I'm about to tell you today will shatter everything you've been taught about women, attraction, and why you've been losing without even realizing it. I need you to pay attention because this is one of those truths that doesn't get shared openly, and if you hear it and ignore it, nothing will change. Here's the first brutal fact. Most men are playing the wrong game entirely. You think you're being charming, interesting, or successful with women, but deep down, you're trapped in a lie society, movies, and even dating gurus have been feeding you for years. This lie tells you that if you just try harder, if you just impress more, if you just buy gifts or say the right words, she will fall for you. It's not just wrong, it's toxic, because it sets you up to chase, to beg, to hope for validation that will never come in the way you expect. Here's the truth most men never face. Women are not impressed by effort alone. They are biologically wired to respond to a combination of confidence, presence, and the subtle signals of high value. When you chase her approval, when you bend to what you think she wants, you literally shrink yourself in her eyes without even realizing it. She doesn't see you. She sees your anxiety, your uncertainty, your fear of loss. And that fear, it's the scent of weakness. It's what drives her attention away and keeps her emotionally untethered from you. Now, I want you to think about your own experiences. How many times have you tried to win her over, only to feel drained, frustrated, or invisible in return? That's not coincidence. That's biology reacting to the wrong energy. The moment you recognize this, the moment you stop buying into the lie, is the moment the game shifts in your favor, and it begins with a simple, almost painful realization. You can't make her love you. You can only become the man who naturally draws her in, who naturally commands her attention without chasing, pleading, or performing. But here's the secret most men never learn. The shift doesn't start with her. It starts with you, with your mindset, with your awareness of what you've been lied to about your entire life. You've been told to impress, to perform, to adapt. But the real power lies in your ability to stop performing, to stop adapting, and to reclaim your presence in the most magnetic way possible. Let's get real. Women are wired to notice things you think are invisible. Small cues, subtle energy shifts, micro expressions. You don't see them, but they shape her entire emotional response to you. And here's the painful part. Most men are broadcasting the wrong signals without even knowing it. Every time you over-explain, over-apologize, or try to justify yourself, you're telling her one thing very clearly. You are uncertain, you are needy, you are not the man she instinctively wants to follow. Think about it. When a woman is drawn to a man, it's never because he said the right thing or bought the right gift. It's because he emits an energy she can't ignore. Calm, confident, unshakable, and slightly unpredictable. That energy comes from a place most men never reach because they are trapped in the lie I just told you about. The lie that effort alone equals attraction. It doesn't. Effort is the mask of weakness. Presence is power. And the difference between those two is subtle, but devastatingly effective. Here's another truth men ignore at their own peril. Women feel safety, security, and excitement at the same time. But you can't manufacture either. You either naturally possess it, or she senses the lack instantly. You think being nice, polite, or accommodating will get her to stay. Wrong. Niceness is neutral. It doesn't trigger desire. It triggers boredom. What she wants deep down is a man who is unshakable in himself, who operates on his own terms, who doesn't bend to the constant pull of validation. That's the energy that makes her curious, invested, and, most importantly, unable to resist thinking about you when you're not around. And here's where it hits hardest. Most men spend years learning everything except this. They study lines, tricks, routines, tactics, but forget the foundation of attraction, authentic self-possession. Every time you rely on a tactic to manipulate her emotions, you are signaling the opposite of what she's unconsciously craving. You're signaling lack, need, and dependency. And the ironic part, she may still respond superficially. She may still text back, smile, even sleep with you. But the connection will never be magnetic. And the moment you falter, she drifts. Always. The number one mistake men make is thinking that attraction is something you can earn with effort. It isn't. It's a reflection of your internal state. It's an energy you radiate before a word is spoken. And this is why men who chase validation, who bend, who try too hard, will always lose without even realizing why. The question is, are you ready to stop being that man, to strip away the lies and face the truth that will make women respond differently, instantly, viscerally, and unconsciously? Here's the part most men refuse to admit. You are unknowingly pushing women away every single day. It's not because you're bad or unattractive. It's because of tiny, invisible behaviors that signal insecurity, neediness, or low status. The way you overtext, the way you agree too easily, the way you constantly seek reassurance, all of it screams, "I'm not enough on my own." And women feel it before they even meet you in person. It's like an instinct, hardwired over thousands of years, telling her, this man is safe to reject, easy to leave, and not the one who will stir her desire. Let me break it down further. There are 3 behaviors that destroy attraction almost instantly, and yet men continue doing them without pause. First, over-explaining yourself. You think clarifying your intentions or feelings will make her understand you, but it does the opposite. Every word of justification whispers, "I am unsure, I need your approval." Second, trying to fix her emotions. When she's upset, your instinct is to comfort, to solve, to reassure. But that moment is not about logic. It's about emotional resonance. Trying to control her feelings makes you appear weak, clingy, and ultimately forgettable. Third, excessive availability. Always answering her texts instantly, always agreeing to plans, always saying yes. This is the silent killer of desire. It signals that your life revolves around her whims rather than your own purpose. Desire is sparked by a man who lives fully, independently, and whose attention is a gift, not a given. Now here's the shocking truth. Attraction isn't about what you do, it's about what you stop doing. Stop chasing her approval, stop performing for her, stop giving away your emotional power in small, unconscious ways. Every time you reclaim a bit of your presence, a bit of your boundaries, a bit of your self-respect, her brain lights up without her realizing why. She notices energy, not words. She feels value, not logic. And that is where the magnetic pull begins, the kind that makes her think about you constantly, that keeps her on edge in a way that's thrilling and addictive. But make no mistake, this isn't a quick trick or a gimmick. This is about rewiring your presence, your mindset, your internal authority. It's uncomfortable because it strips away every coping mechanism, every crutch you've been leaning on to feel good enough. You must face the truth that women respond to power, confidence, and self-possession, not effort, gifts, or constant validation. So ask yourself, are you willing to stop sabotaging yourself unconsciously? Are you ready to stop performing and start commanding presence that pulls her in like gravity? The moment you do, everything changes. Now let's cut to the core of what changes everything. Your mindset. The shift isn't external, it's internal. You've been lied to your whole life, told that attraction is about looks, charm, or effort. The truth? None of that matters if your internal energy is weak, reactive, or desperate. Women don't fall for words. They fall for the silent signal of a man who owns himself completely, who is unshakable, who doesn't need her approval to feel whole. That is the energy that ignites desire instantly. Here's how it works. Every man carries an invisible aura of confidence or insecurity, and women sense it immediately, often before the first word is spoken. If your energy communicates self-doubt, she may still respond politely, but attraction will never stick. On the other hand, when you step into self-possession, when you radiate calm authority and quiet certainty, her mind unconsciously categorizes you as high value. Suddenly, you're no longer chasing, you're being noticed, pursued, and desired without effort. That's the mindset difference between men who always lose and men who command attention effortlessly. But shifting your mindset isn't about faking confidence or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about rewiring your internal beliefs and behaviors. You start by embracing a simple truth. You are enough without her validation. Your worth is not measured by her reactions or approval. Every thought of inadequacy, every urge to over-explain, every need to perform for attention, it's a signal that your internal energy is weak. Begin catching yourself in these moments. Question them. Replace them with presence, calmness, and self-respect. This is not just self-improvement. its strategic psychological influence. Next, understand the subtle power of scarcity. When you are fully occupied with your life, your goals, and your purpose, your attention is no longer freely available. Women instinctively notice. You create tension, curiosity, and desire simply by not being easily reachable. It's a magnetic pull rooted in evolution. High-value men are not desperate. They are unavailable in the best possible way, focused on their world, while she's left wondering where she fits in. That energy alone transforms ordinary interactions into moments of irresistible attraction. Finally, embrace discomfort. Real transformation feels awkward at first because it contradicts years of programming. You will feel urges to chase, to justify, to appease, but resisting those impulses is exactly what builds invisible authority. You are literally rewiring your internal signals to align with the man who naturally commands attention and respect. When she senses this energy, attraction is inevitable. It's no longer a game you play with words or actions. It's a state you embody. Let's expose the behaviors that silently destroy attraction, even if you think you're doing everything right. Most men operate under the illusion that kindness, availability, and constant attention make women care. The truth is brutal. These behaviors do the opposite. Every text you send too quickly, every plan you bend over backward to accommodate, every moment you over-explain yourself, they're signals that you're easy to replace, emotionally pliable, and not the man she subconsciously craves. Desire isn't built on effort. It's built on presence, tension, and subtle displays of high value. Now notice this, women don't consciously articulate these preferences. They don't say, "I want a man who's self-possessed and slightly unavailable." Yet every cell in their body reacts to these cues instinctively. This is why men who chase and bend become forgettable, while men who pull away slightly, who live with purpose, and who radiate confidence trigger obsession. It's not manipulation, it's biology. Your job is not to control her, convince her, or fix her. Your job is to become the man whose energy she can't ignore. Here's a critical insight most men overlook. Scarcity isn't about ignoring her or playing childish games. It's about having a life that exists fully, independently, and without her being the center of it. When she senses that your attention is a choice, not a given, her brain releases subtle neurochemicals that heighten attraction. Curiosity spikes, desire grows. She begins to wonder about you constantly, even when you're not around. And that, my friend, is the invisible leverage most men never learn to harness. The next mistake men make is transparency too soon. Sharing too much, revealing your insecurities, or disclosing your emotional state prematurely kills tension. Women crave mystery. They crave a man who feels complete on his own. Every revelation of need, every attempt to bond by seeking reassurance, chips away at attraction, no matter how strong she initially felt. Your energy must say, "I am here, I am whole, I am in command of my world," without needing her to confirm it. Finally, understand the paradox. To create obsession, you must stop seeking her validation entirely. The more you chase, the weaker you appear. The more you pull back, the stronger you become. Every action that once felt counterintuitive, texting less, prioritizing your goals, asserting boundaries, is actually the signal that triggers desire at a deep, unconscious level. Women notice energy, not effort. They respond to state, not strategy. Once you embody this, attraction becomes effortless, magnetic, and nearly impossible for her to resist. Now, let's close the loop and reveal the ultimate truth that most men never grasp. Attraction is not earned, it is radiated. Everything you've learned about trying harder, impressing more, or over-pleasing is irrelevant. What truly makes a woman obsessed with you is the alignment of your internal state, your energy, and your presence. When your mind, body, and behavior communicate the same unshakable confidence, the same self-possession, and the same quiet authority, you become magnetic in a way no technique, gift, or line can replicate. Here's the reality you must accept. Women are drawn to men who are emotionally autonomous. This doesn't mean cold or detached. It means fully present in their own life, fully engaged in their purpose, fully unafraid of loss or rejection. When you operate from this state, you stop chasing. You stop bending to every whim or approval. Instead, your attention becomes a reward, your energy a pull she cannot resist, your presence something that naturally commands desire. This is the invisible power men crave but rarely understand. Let's get specific. Every time you catch yourself over-texting, over-explaining, or seeking validation, pause and recalibrate. Ask yourself, am I acting from fear or presence? Replace the urge to chase with an intentional withdrawal. Replace the need to impress with quiet, grounded confidence. Replace anxiety with purpose. These micro-adjustments are subtle but devastatingly effective. Her brain notices the shift immediately, even if she cannot articulate why she suddenly feels drawn to you. Desire is psychological, emotional, and chemical. It doesn't obey logic, and it doesn't respond to effort. It responds to energy. Finally, understand the long-term power of self-possession. When you embody this state consistently, attraction ceases to be fragile. Women are no longer testing you. They are responding naturally to the high-value energy you emit. You are no longer competing for attention. You are receiving it. You are no longer performing. You are existing in a state of quiet authority. This is the ultimate lie men must reject, that they need to earn love, attention, or validation. They don't. They need only to become men who are irresistible by nature, whose presence evokes curiosity, respect, and desire without manipulation. So here's the final takeaway. Stop chasing, stop performing. Stop bending. Step into your energy, own your life, radiate confidence, and watch the shift happen naturally. Women feel it instantly. Desire, obsession, and respect are no longer goals. They are inevitable consequences of the man you choose to become.